Hello there, everyone. Today we are kind of just doing what we've already done with the Data General software, but I need to film it. I was trying to film it all morning and I forgot how awful it all is, and it took way longer than I expected. So today we're kind of just retreading the same water we've been over, but I'm doing it in a way where I'm trying to document things. Why did I not hear that? No. No, 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 no. Why did I not hear that? Oh no. The deck talk seemed a little quiet. Let me just restart it and make sure.
Deck talk is now online.
End of line.
Chlorocoon says CHER 100 things
Weird.
have moved a little. Shock.
End of line.
Orgio subscribed at tier 1. They've subscribed for 40 months and says 40 months of this ... nice .
End of line.
There we go. Tic-Tangent live starts without audio issues. I don't know. It almost did there. That was weird. Chloe, thank you for the 100 bits, and Pordizo, thank you for the tier 1 sub, and for 40, holy moly, that's this one, 40 months. Thank you so much. Okay, hopefully that continues to work. So yeah. Let's see. Okay, so couple of things there. You heard it. All right. Strange. No limit. I'm not sure what you mean. All right. Just trying to think. I guess we just get started here. There is so much has happened over this last week. But I can't really easily show you that because this camera is pointed in a very particular location and I can't move it. That's why it's in the middle there. So yeah, there's no limit. This is song lyric reference. Don't worry about it. Oh, okay. So yeah, let's push through the software thing and then hopefully we can get this sorted out. So yeah, this is going to be slightly awkward. My apologies. I really tried to get this done before stream, like so much. Office looks slightly different. I mean, just slightly. Yeah. So, all right, let's move over to here.
Tier 1.
Okay, good.
Subscribe for 37 months, currently on a 37-month streak. And says yay other month.
End of line.
Lanesy, thank you for the tier 1 sub there and for 37 months. I appreciate that. All right, I'll show this off. I have tweaked a lot of stuff, and this is one of them. So this is my chat read page now, and so this is what I've been looking at chat and stuff while it's going on. So I see emotes now, that's new. I also have a donate list up here that will populate there, so I don't have to have like just the Twitch activity page up or something. So that's a huge improvement. I have, merged it down to one page now. The chat is weird. I'm going to have to mentally keep track of this because this is just the only way this made sense to do. It is now reverse sort order. So yeah, new messages at the top. So I'm going to have to keep track of that. I'm hoping that the giant red line there helps with that. Because the problem I was having is, say somebody sent a message with a link, like actually links work again now. So there's that. But say someone sent a message with a link, if it, as chat kept scrolling, it would disappear and it would be like impossible to get to. Now I can scroll and it doesn't change the position of the web page. Yes, so I can click and that works. So the scrolling positioning is working now. That's why I reverse sorted it, because that allowed me to fix that. So trying to do like a scrollable floating div thing where stuff stayed in position in the middle, with a split, it was never going to work. So yeah, I have that now, which is a, like I said, huge improvement for me. That's going to be super duper nice to have. So really looking forward to that. All right. There are, but links move after new message. Well, I mean, yes, but what I'm saying is, like, let's say the page was this tall, then several more people tried to chat. What would happen is I would scroll down to hit the thing, or it would be scroll up actually, but then it would pop right back to where it was. The scroll position would shift. So I can see the server. It looks like it's still good, so I'm not sure what the F is for. Unless it was Lane. No, I did get Lanesy's things. So, all right. So, okay. Let's go ahead and continue on here. So let me catch you up on what exactly I'm doing. I am reading a script. Ooh, exciting. About setting up the micronova. I'm working on the last video for this for a while. And dude, SimH and just like the stuff, it's such a pain in the butt. I forgot. So I forgot you had to init the tape drive. I forgot that the floppy disk images needed to be byte swapped. I thought I forgot the tape load command, but it was just because the drive needed to be inited. It's just been a giant pain in the butt. So, and the last thing here, I'll show you this. I started up the stuff. I have all of the files in it, DP1, copied off of the taped onto the hard disk, and they're all SR files for some reason. So this is where I got stopped right before stream, and I don't know what's going on there. So that's fun. What I'm thinking is I have two magtape images for the DOS. I used this one, and I'm guessing maybe I should use this one instead. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna reboot the Micronova thing here. We are going to init F DP1 just to wipe it clean, and we're gonna redump everything from the magtape. So the way I'm going to do this is I'm going to delete the DOS file here, and then we're going to copy this one as DOS, and let's try copying all of the files off of that one instead. This channel's all scripted, even the chat comments, just because it's literally the script, yeah. One thing that kind of sucks about my setup here, I could theoretically fix this. I can't hover over the emotes and see what they are. I could add alt text. I probably should. It wouldn't really be that difficult. And then I could just, or I might want it to be title, not necessarily alt text, but I could do that and then know what the emotes actually are supposed to be. Because like I could see like what is, like, are those supposed to be carrot scissors? I'm not exactly sure what's going on there. So. Still be working on data general stuff after you release the video? I don't know. I gotta be real. It's been 3 months of it non-stop, kind of want a break. So, we'll see. All right, I changed, yeah, I did change scenes, okay. Alrighty, I'm gonna go, we just initted the drive, something like image, emote, yeah, basically, yeah, that. Also, you'll see bleaching there worked, so that didn't do anything. Oh yes, cheers with emotes in them
End of line.
should be fixed. Ben, hello and welcome, Raiders here. 3 months of solid work on that general server break. Yeah, kinda. I would like one. Alrighty, so here's what we need to do. We're going to dir dp1, all right, list, there's nothing, okay, init mt0, okay, and then we do load /a mt0:0, and now we have SR files again.
77 SI is the low from the working keyboard at system 1 CHEER 100.
End of line.
RHK, thank you for the 100 bits there. That's weird. It didn't show up here. Why? After, I think, 3? Why didn't it show up there? At system 1. I don't know, but thank you for the 100 bits, RHK. I don't, why did it not show up there? Oh, so much broken stuff. Oh, okay. What on earth, though? Why did it not... Okay. So I'm trying to figure this out. Why... Something receives... Oh, I wonder... No, bits showed up there. I am really confused. I don't know why RHK's thing didn't show up there. That's very frustrating. Oh well. I'll just keep tabs on that. Something wrong with wobbly at the end, right? I have no idea. Oh, well, hopefully it's not too bad. Yeah. Oh, and yes, on the 603, they're in the mail.
100 SLP is really confused. Time check 40.mins. Nowhere near the record.
End of line.
Okay.
At tier 1.
What?
They've subscribed for 9 months.
End of line.
Wait, is it possible that the sub... What if that could be it? What if the bits don't trip this updating somehow?
RHK77 SICHEER 100, is it now showing?
End of line.
Okay, now I'm confused. And I also really don't want to look at this anymore because it's making me sad. Why? Why do bits not... Okay, first off here, Chloe, thank you for the 100 bits. Dr. Doobie, thank you. Tier 1 sub in for 9 months there. No, the top section is updating, but it seems like it only updates when a sub happens. The other ones get added, but they don't get updated. That's super weird. I don't know why it wouldn't update that. Let me just look at the code really quick. How would it not... Friggin' GitHub, man. Let's see. Stream integration. How would it not get added? So, API, HTTP. Let me look at the receive, donate. Okay, receive, donate. So previously it ignored donate receives. So there might be a thing here, right? JSON dumps. Ah. Yep. That's it. I need to copy this here. Okay, well, at least I know what it is. I can fix that on the server right now.
Subscribe with Prime. They've subscribed for 4 months, currently on a 2-month streak. And says yay colon.
End of line.
Playful, thank you for the Prime 4 months there. I appreciate that. Well, at least that was a pretty easy bug fix identification there. Okay, I can do this very, very quickly. Save. Git commit. Make bits update. Donate JSON. Git push. What do you mean not a git repo? Hold on. All right. I am restarting the server side, which might make it read out everything. I'm not sure. We'll find out. Okay, so chat got nuked, but there we go. That should sort it out. All right. Now I have back to this. Dang it, I was hoping that would be a bigger distraction. Aha! I didn't hear it, though. I need to go restart the Duck Talk side.
Tech Talk is now online.
End of line.
Doobie says CHEE.
There we go.
100.
End of line.
Dr. Doobie, thank you for the 100 bits there. I appreciate that. Okay. Is that right? I mean, you don't have to add the end of line thing. I'm not sure exactly what you're trying to do there. It won't read it without a cheer, and I don't know. I don't have the deck talk stuff like memorized. I can't tell you what that's going to do offhand. 16 to Malcolm Middle, Hal ends up working on his car because he needs to fix things. Replace a light bulb, yeah. Charlie Croft. The water is better, you know, out and about. 1080p, what happened? Well, it's been 1080p off and on for a while. Are we not in the lab? No, we're in the lab. Here, look. Hi. What we have going on is I have 100 gigs of data cap now. So I bumped up the frame rate to 60, which, woo, smooth. And we're now running at 2 whole megabits per second for video bandwidth. This is H.265 right now. If it has problems, I will drop to a 1.5 1080p 30 MPEG TS stream, and we'll see how that works out. But for right now, we're doing this. So.
Loriku says CHEER 102 camera angles at once. This'll do Shelby's neck in.
End of line.
Chloe, thank you for the 100 bits there. This looks great currently. Oh, I'm glad. 2 megabits is nothing, but it's a huge step up. Is Texas too clear in my eyes? Yeah, almost no chat latency. Well, that's cool. For the Twitch side, unfortunately, there's nothing I can do about the YouTube side. Okay, why are these all SR files? What is going on? Why are there no real files? So we have 2 magtape images. One is 5201, one is 6901. They're supposedly the same thing. Why do they both output SR files? Zero ohms, you aren't here, are you? Just out of curiosity, because that might be really helpful. Because I don't know what tape file I need to look at, apparently. So Novas are forever.
LUCKYBOB 77S. Subscribe with Prime. They've subscribed for 6 months.
End of line.
Lucky Bob, thank you for the Prime sub and for 6 months there. Remember why I texted off and looked awful? Turned out Twitch only served me 40p at the moment. Ah, so it's self-inflicted. Haha. Okay, micro. Okay, so we have bad, and then why is it bad though? What's so bad about it? See, this is where I got hung up. I thought I was gonna just describe how we extract the data from the tape images, but then it didn't work. So it's like, what? File 1, record length. Wait a minute, why are there so many files on the tape? What? New documentation. Fdump, fload. Wait a minute, hold on here. Does this like tell me how to actually do this? Page 2. Well, it's not. Program loading from diskette. Turn on power. Diskette drive. If a 1.2. No. Huh. Yeah, I'm never going to support Frankerface or anything like that. That's way too much work. I don't care. It's not gonna happen. What do I need to use? So WH wild hair versus whatever that is. Wasn't talking about emoji stuff. Oh, okay. Are you talking about like that plugin that automatically clicks the points button for you? I'd get that. Ben, do you remember what file what tape image we might need for actually pulling files off? Because now I'm super confused. Maybe we don't want 1. Maybe we want, or 0. Maybe we want 1 or something. Let's try this. dir dp0 init f dp1. Yeah, I'm sure. Right. No. Come back here. Init f dp1 legal, that's fine. Init f dp1, I'm sure. Device already in system. Release dp1 init f dp1. Yes. Init dp1. Okay, that's fine. Dir dp1. Okay. Right now, I haven't looked at any of the tape stuff you went through. You're doing anything on stream, must have missed it. All right. Well, what I'm trying to do right now is find the files for like making an OS. End of file list. Like what? Load a MT00 list. They're all SR files. Like that's not gonna fly. I forget what SR files even are. Super rare. I mean, that is true. What is this, a Nova emulator? Yes, this is SimH. So I can actually quit out. I can attach to MTA mag, and then I have just for giggles, you know what? 071 6, yeah, let's do this one. All right. Continue. Let's do this again. dir dp0 release dp1 init f dp1 confirm dir dp1 load a mt0 0 list. Those are real files. Ugh. So it's not like the load command behaving incorrectly unless there is some other parameter that I'm missing. Did I get the chips for France? I don't think you guys understand how slow like international stuff is. Like, first they had to be shipped to Playful. Give it some time. Okay, suppressed on. I'm looking at all the flags for load here. Okay. So A is all files, including permanent files. Check. We're doing that. Suppress non-fatal error messages. Don't care. Do not load links. Don't care. List loaded file names on line printer. Don't care. Only lists of files. Do not load them. Oh, we can do that. Load. And then N. MT 0. Hold on, load and MT00. Oh, that's handy. Okay. Bid on some rare HP thing soon. Oh, I hate when that happens. I love after, but I hate the whole bidding, paying for it, and all that part. Talking about I'm week 2 and waiting on an Ox box. Ox will be expected to be slow. I don't know, maybe. Anyway. She'll be yesterday on their way. Yeah, they are on their way. It's just, it's not going to be fast. So, and they might get held up in customs or something. And, who knows, man. Well, now that we know how to do that, attach. Actually, I can do this. Let's do 5.5. This one. Continue. List. Okay, so we don't need to do that. So we can load n mt mt00. What do you mean illegal block type? Init mt0 device already in system. Well, that's curious. That was the 5.2 one, right? 5.2. Okay, let's kill this. Overwrite that. There's a chance that I clobbered that with bad data, so let's try this again. So the big box of goodies Shelby from Net Alliance. It was around a week. How many chips was it? It's 3, but it's really 1. But maybe the other 2 could work. It's weird. So. Also, I just got your message, Playful. That's good to know. Hopefully they survive customs. Yeah, DG stuff is weird. Yeah, wow, who would have guessed? Okay, hold on. Let's do this. Attach, MTA, mag, And then 071552. We're going to do that one. Okay. Continue. And then init MT0. Okay. Load dash N MT0 0. That tape file's not working. Maybe I should re-download it. What if my copy is bad? For some reason. Let's just try this. I apparently already had a copy. Okay, so this is definitely the one 0 ohms worked with. Okay, that's good to know. MT00 is bootable. Try MT01. Okay, load NMT01. So that's not enough, though. Load NMT02? No. So Peter, 1, 3, 6, and 7? Are you kidding? Load NMT03? What? Why? Oh. Okay. All right. Dude, this is why I need to be done with this thing, man. Like, every single time I write something in the script, we're going to load all the files from these files are packed using the dump command. It's like tar, and then there are more files. I'm like, all I'm going to do is just run the load A.
100.ln in Micronova stands for nightmare.
End of line.
Elmo, no kidding. Thank you for the 100 bits. Oh my gosh. I'm sure I can boot SimH from that tape. That's good to know that that's out there. But man, this is just stupid. Is that documented like literally anywhere? What do those numbers mean? These are the files on the tape. Yeah, of course not. Yeah, no kidding. I was just wondering if maybe it's in like, it's probably like written on the label on the side of the reel or something. I just documented it. Yeah, I mean, that is kind of what I'm trying to do here. This is so frustrating. So for giggles, load NMT06. Yep, there's all the files. Dude, what? This is so stupid. Load. Looking at Smart Pi related stuff today, saw one of the many competitor clone boards is also called Nova Micro. That's terrible. I hate them. MT07. Yeah, we need those too. Dude, this is dude, what? What? Okay. Have a bad data bit on my keyboard adapter. Small part for that's works good. That's why tapes have leaders, so you can write all that information. Well, this is not a paper tape. This is magnetic tape. I don't think you want to like have that written on the mag tape. Okay, well, fine. Sure. Just for giggles. So it's 1, 3, 6, and 7. Okay, so load NMT04. Sure, why would you want that to be usable? NMT05. Yep, wouldn't want that to make sense. I gotta say, there are files in between those numbers must have been some that aren't dump files. I guess, yeah, that's what it is, which is just, basically. I get that. Maybe they're F dump, who knows. But yeah, 1, 6, and 7, probably. Question is, what are they? They're executable. That would maybe be my guess. Yeah. DOS in it. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, you would need all that. That was in one of these, right? Like the file version. Wait a minute, it's not there. What? Oh, there it is. Okay. All right. Yeah, Ben, that would be what it is. Okay. Well, let's do this. Init F DP1. I don't know what's on it, just for good measure. Make sure it's good and dead. All right. So frustrating. I guess I can close this. There we go. Mag. Let's use 552. You know, let me just real quick make sure that's correct. 1.2. Well, that's wrong. Hold on. This actually is a bad copy. Okay, well, that's not going to help. I'm caught up. You say cards. No, for some reason. But also, pretend the other SIM card doesn't exist right now. So, it's currently nowhere. My phone technically supports dual SIM with a real SIM, and an eSIM, or 2 eSIMs. However, what I have discovered is that you cannot have 2 SIMs with the same provider at the same time because the eSIMs are controlled by the provider or the carrier app, which means I can't have both of them active at once. So I'm probably gonna have to transfer the number again from Google Fi to somewhere else because it's literally unusable, or I will have to reorder a SIM because the one they sent me does not work, and then put it in my old phone or something. I don't know, man. Long story short, though, do I still have my old phone? Yeah, of course, but the SIM card didn't work in it for some reason. And it doesn't work in this one either, to be clear. That SIM card bad. Like maybe they forgot to program something like that. I don't know. So I got the number, like, safe from Skype. That was the most important thing. It's not F, but it is choppy. MPEG TS it is. Okay. I think this might actually be a home internet problem. All right, give me one moment while I reconnect. All right, there we go. I have one dual active phone, 2 wholly separate modem, but that's caveat. The only one capable, only one was capable LG. Do the dual stream from the office together, low quality, cut out the Cox home middleman. I could, but I have increased data cap. I do not have increased bandwidth. Big difference. So I don't know that I want to try and shove more through LTE. That might not be the play. Okay. So this is now 1080p 30 MPEG TS. So this might be terrible. I don't know. I've not been able to test this as robustly. I did try to do software H.265 encoding, and it basically crashed the computer for some reason. I don't know why. So, feel like a pigeon now. That is not a helpful statement. Wind the mainspring up a bit tighter. Also confusing. All right. I think we're good here. Okay. Grab this solution. I have to, yeah, I figure. Okay. Pigeon CTV, low frame rate, sufficient, so much faster than ours. Oh, okay. That was quite the stretch of a reference. I gotta say. All right. Okay, I think we're ready to try this again. We initted the hard disk. All right. Let me read through my script, figure out what all I need to say here, because I've said this like 6 different times. I'm not even kidding. So I need to like actually understand what I'm doing. Okay. We're gonna load all the files from the mag tape onto an empty hard drive. These files are packed together using the dump command that puts them all into a single file. Well, that's now not quite right, so I'll modify that. Very similar to Tar Linux, that stays true. There are more files on this tape than we need, still true. Thankfully I have a rough idea what we need because the OS install manual covers, okay. Just have to omit a few things, blah, blah, blah. I thought it was RDOS, turns out this is just DOS. Okay, it makes the same, well, this won't fit, there are 2 disks would be making. Okay, so we're gonna go this far back. See how this goes. A pigeon thing isn't a nerdy thing, though, Chloe. Like, I don't know how many people here are going to know pigeons. Alrighty, recording. All right. Not that. All right, so I've configured SimH to have the mag. All right, let me redo that. FLP, no. That's very, very wrong here. What did I, why, no, bad. Okay, mag tape, right there. All right, now I've configured SimH to have a magnetic tape file loaded here, and we're gonna be able to start our simulation with a shortcut that I've added here that allows me to just run the Nova program with the script that I have written here. Now, let me think about this. Now we're going to be dumping all of the magnetic tape files onto the blank hard drive that we have. We can see the files on there with the load n command, and we can also see that the mag tape is weird. That doesn't work, but we can do load n mt01, and it still doesn't work because I forgot to init. Now we're going to use a shortcut that I have here that allows me to run the SimH Nova program with the config file. And now we're going to switch over to the blank hard drive. We're going to init the magtape drive. And now we can do load nmt0 with the file specified here. Now the magtape contains data that are files that are very similar to how tar works on Linux. So this is saying we want to access file 0 on the tape. However, file 0 is useless to us. We actually need to start with file 1. With file 1. That will give us some data. So we need files from the, we need to extract all of the data from files 1, 3, 6, and 7. I have no idea why those are the ones that we need, but that's what we need to do. So I am going to get all of those extracted now. Okay, now the boring part where we skip past this all. Yay! Okay, MT 0, 1. Load A MT 0, 3. See, now I get to do the thing. This is what I said I couldn't do. Oh, I can't scroll that far back. That's fine. It's 1, 3, 6, and 7, right? Yeah. Prime numbers? That would make too much sense. I previously attempted to use Nginx for restreaming. It doesn't make sense. Wait, 6 is not a prime number. Yeah. I refuse to attribute any kind of logic to this. This is a data general decision. Logic is not related to it. All right, after getting all of those files off, we can list our hard drive now, and we can see a ton of files on here. We couldn't... hold on, let's do this way. Now, we couldn't fit all of these files onto 2 floppy disks if we wanted to. We're going to have to sort through these and only get a handful of files. But thankfully, there's a manual that tells us what files we need. And that is the How to Generate Your DOS System manual. On page 16 here, we will find a list of files that go on the starter diskette, and on the next page, we'll have the utilities diskette.
Oracle says CHER 100 logic of the type that decided that was a good connector for the serial port on their terminal.
End of line.
Yeah. So that's why we're going to be making 2 disks. One will be our starter disk, and one will be the utilities disk. Now I'm going to cheat slightly. Because I have already made these disks, and I'm going to use my old starter disk. Now I'm going to cheat slightly because I have already made these disks, and I'm going to use my old utilities disk. But we are going to recreate the starter disk so I can walk you through that process. Not that I even need the utilities disk for what we're going to be doing, but, you know, why not? Chloe, thank you for the 100 bits there. I guess they rolled a dice, yeah. Now, hold on. There's something else that I need to say. Blah, blah, blah. One starter, main install. There's one step can't do in the simulator because we're not actually, well, that's in a little bit here. I forgot to mention another thing that I will have to get to. Yeah. Now, I've already made a list of the files here and the commands that I need to run to move those over to our floppy disk. And we can make sure that the floppy disk is accessible here with init dp2. We can dir over to dp2, list it, and see there are no files on it, which is perfect. We need to dir back to dp1, though, due to how the move command works. Now, move counterintuitively actually is a copy command. It's not going to take the file off of the hard drive, but that is what it is. So now I can copy these files using But now I can copy these commands, paste them into SimH, and have it make our disk by moving the files that we need over. I'm going out of my mind with this part of the process. This is awful to document. Fun stuff is going to happen today, as long as we actually make some progress on this. And there. That is all of the files that we need. Now, there are some additional files on here that we're not copying. For one, the mboot sys and these files are different between a micronova and a standard nova, but also we can't fit DOS in it on here because this manual is actually written for a slightly different version of the DOS operating system than the one that we're using. So the files that are on this disk aren't quite the same, but this is going to be enough for us to do what we need. But that's not everything that we have to do. Well, actually, hold on. I'm going to switch over to here. What? No script to load those? I mean, technically there could be a script, but I don't feel like doing it. MS-DOS is like that in early version. Had to copy, then delete. Moves that later. Yeah, but I don't actually want to delete. I was just commenting that because it's weird. All right. RTMP sucks, PC I guess that's why I don't use that. When we were using RTMP, the video and audio would drift out of sync really bad every single time. That's why we switched to SRT, which Nginx doesn't support. If it didn't have that problem, I would actually be running Nginx on a rented server because it doesn't take as much CPU power to use that, and then it would work even better. But the real problem is that nothing can receive RTMP, so there's no real way to use that. So, yeah. Well, I think actually YouTube can receive RTMP. I don't think Twitch can, though. And, hey, Digital Ice Age. All right. Could that be a bug at the time it's been fixed? No, because it has nothing to do with Nginx. It's a problem, like, with RTMP in general. I think it doesn't have, like, sync packets or something. I don't know. Let's do this. Now there is one more problem that I can't actually solve in SimH, and that is writing the bootloader to the disk, which allows the system. Let me redo that. Okay. I can't read the script and look at there, and I'm not putting a teleprompter on there because I'm lazy. So this is slightly complicated. Okay, I gotta read, kind of memorize, and then paraphrase or whatever. Okay. Now there is one more step that I need to do on the disk before it's actually usable as a starter disk, but I can't do that in SimH because this isn't actually emulating a micronova. The way that the 6030 floppy drive that the SimH software can emulate works is different from the way that yeah, I use teleprompters, but this weird camera angle isn't really conducive to that. So, okay. Now there's one more thing that I need to do to this disk to make it a fully functional starter disk, and that's write the bootloader that lets the computer actually boot from the floppy. But I can't do that in SimH because it's not emulating a real micronova. Now this puts us into a kind of catch-22 position because I need to be able to write the bootloader to be able to make the disk boot, but I can't boot the disk to be able to write the bootloader. Thankfully, that one boot floppy that I have right here was a solution to this problem because this contains the bootloader. So once I was able to decode the data on that disk, I had a copy of a valid bootloader, and we could just use a hex editor to write that onto the disk image before we write it with our floppy drives. All right, there we go. Now I can do thing here with that. Is that it? I don't remember. I think that's it. Yeah, okay. Let's see. Release DP2. Okay. Shut her down. Okay, so annoyingly, first thing I have to do is byte swap this. Then I'm going to open it with mhex. All right, we can see all that nothing at the beginning. That's a whole lot of nothing. Now we're gonna go to here. I'm gonna go to this. I'm gonna open that with mhex. And I'm gonna scroll a little bit and see. We can get down to the 0502 whatever nonsense. All right, 0502, cool. And I'm just gonna select everything. Before that, I'm gonna select everything. Before that, actually that's probably sufficient. Copy, go back over here, and paste. Whoa. Mhex will overwrite bytes that are currently selected only if a single byte is selected. However, this can feel counterintuitive. Would you like paste over paste? What? Okay, that's all changed. Okay, perfect. Save. That was weird. What's software hardware stack for your teleprompter? I have a Glide Gear TPM 100. I think that's what it is. It's big, like 11 inch. For that, I have a We Max It 10 inch LCD monitor. It's the one that I use for looking at my ATEM output as well. I slide that in the Glide Gear, and then imaginary teleprompter on Ubuntu is what I use for the actual software. Okay. All right. Now that we have our, hold on, I could just look at this and read that. Now that we have our image ready, we can write it to a floppy. Hold on, I should bring up the Greaseweasel website, Git repo thingamajig. GitHub. You know what? This will work. Watch, it got, they did a like full release now, and then the script's out of date. No, okay, it's still released on Mario Day. Okay. Let's see, commits. All right. I'll stick that over here. Things as deets, no problem. All right, doing that covers my script though. Okay. Okay, try this one more time. Now that we have our image ready, we can write it to a floppy. At the time I'm writing this, though, the data general support in Greaseweasel hasn't made it into a published release of the Greaseweasel software yet. So I'm running, hold on, we can do this. Let's see. Reading words, many words, lots words. So I'm running a test version compiled directly from Git. Okay. Was it not easier? We can just replace sector 0 of the raw image with the bootloader one? Was it not easier? What do you mean easier? You mean like CryoFlux, where I could just replace track 1? Is that what you mean? That would probably work too. Yeah. Basically, we just replace sector 0 digitally there. All right. You know what I think I'm going to do here is I'm just going to type out the command directly and then like post commentate it, because I don't think I'm going to be able to read the script and type this out and commentate all of it at once. So yeah. Okay. So GW write dash format data general dot 2f. Actually, I think they named it SS. Right? Hold on. GW write help. dash dash help. Okay. It is data general 2F in this version. Okay, it got renamed in a later one. So in theory, I could update this, but whatever. Hex edit needs selecting bytes and the raws is replace one file. Yes. GW write dash dash format data general 2F dash dash hard sectors, and then it will be boot img dash bs dash bs, and then dash dash drive b. Okay. Not for the video. I'm going to deflux this. I don't think this is plugged in. That would be because it's not. There we go. Wonder what this would do to my phone. The intrusive thoughts are not going to win there, though. Okay. Return to foods, getting 1080p again. I mean, you should be. All right. Hold on. Let me make this wide. Okay. Script read. Blah, 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 blah. Okay. Writing the floppies. Hold on. Writing the floppies are a little more complicated than just a write with a format, though, because the 6039 uses hard sector disks. There are multiple holes along the track 0 indicator that tell the drive a sector is coming. This throws off the soft sector interfaces, thinking each track is very short. The Grease Weasel has a hard sector flag, though, to support this. With that, it's trivial to write a disk image from SimH to a real floppy now. All right, then we write the thing, and then the last part I'll actually say out loud. So let me pop the disk in. What? Unrecognized suffix. Okay, that's fair. Till you're reading the script, you're not looking at the camera, it looks a little odd. I mean, yes. Oh, this webcam view is not going to be in the video. This webcam view sucks. There's just not going to be a face. And go. Oh, I meant to say sector 0 indicator. Hold on, I'll reread that in a second. It's not even technically sector 0. Yeah, index hole. That is more correct. All right. Let me reread that. There are multiple holes along the index. Yeah, that reads weird, but whatever. There are multiple holes along the track index. I'm going to call it track index indicator. There are multiple holes along the track index indicator that tell the drive a sector is coming. And that'll work. Okay. Sorry, dude, figured to say something. I mean, yeah, it's preferable to trying to re-record it later. Now I got the drive spinning as background noise. Later I would just do it with my big mic and then it would be really obvious. Or I would just pop up something on screen saying I'm a dummy. All right. All right. Now the final thing. Okay. Oh, that's right. The camera's over here. I forgot about that. One moment. We don't have to copy anything. That's right. So the one index holds signal or the data hertz sector. Yeah. Okay. All right. With this floppy and, you know, the other util one, we now have everything ready to use the Micronova. Wait, was that what I say? To set up the Micronova. That's close enough. This isn't the final OS, though. No, hold on, I gotta read this. This is actually just the installer, but we're gonna do everything else from here on the real machine. Okay. This isn't itself the final OS, though. This is just the installer, but we're going to do everything else from here on the real hardware. All right. I think that's close enough. Okay. You guys ready for something actually cool now? Before we do that, let me just go test if this actually works so I don't have to cry. Just one moment. Let's see, this would be helpful to know. Boop. I'm glad I checked. There we are. Okay. Will it boot? Oh, good, it did. All right. Oh, and I have to restart the ATEM. There we go. Okay. There are 2 dashers, yes. I'm not even sure how you're seeing that right now. But yes, there is a dasher there and a dasher there. It just, I left it alone for one day and I came back and mitosis happened. It was just crazy. I think we can actually stop recording for a second. Okay. Let me figure out this camera angle now. I haven't actually done this one yet. It's going to be here. That feels pretty good, actually. All right. Let me grab this. Ask before seeing to prep the joke. Oh, okay. Smoothing out how huge those discs are. Oh, yeah. Williams Collection PS1. There was a video where one of the developers described 8-inch floppy on their dev system. Wait, really? I didn't know that was a thing. I'm going to have to actually look at that game again. Huh. Now the Nova won't power up? Dude, I would just kick it right through the window. On that, look at it! It's complete! Dude, look at it! It's crazy! Isn't that so cool? It's like it's all in the rack! It's nuts! I'm gonna have to get chat up over here, and I'm now realizing. One moment. Office, ocular, script.
Sleepy developer says CHEER 100 throws E-switch shaker. It lives.
End of line.
Sleepy developer, thank you for the 100 bits there. Throw the switch. I mean, it's running right now. It's just kind of quiet. All right, hold on a moment. I'm bringing chat up. Chat. Read. Okay. Hard drive. Yeah, hard drive is not a quick thing. Okay. Oh, that's kind of a problem. That's still a problem. That's probably less of a problem because I'm going to be sitting here. Okay. 12 kilohertz floppy noise tells you it's on without looking. Yes, but it's not as bad now, which is really, really nice. Okay. Send chat to the second dashery. I mean, I tried to connect this one to Linux. It's awful. It does not work at all. So that is not gonna happen. At least, the very least, I tried agetty. That's what I actually tried. So yeah, that did not work. Oh no. Hold on. There's a weird thing in a section that I gotta like write. Hold on. You guys know about this, but I forgot to do it before. One moment. Hold on. Just briefly of you back over here. We have to write the blank image file. Hold on. Let me just grease weasel write data general. What do you mean? Oh, hold on. Just close the drive. Actions, grease weasel, right. Okay. This is recording? Yes. Okay. No, it's not. You know what? That's fine. Term needs to be set right? I did. It didn't work. The problem is that it sends formatting commands still, and they break everything. Yep, that's exactly what happened, Paul. PS1 needs to be adjusted. It wasn't worth it. It wasn't worth the effort. I don't need an RS-232 Wi-Fi adapter because I just have computers and USB serial adapters. What does ESP32 Wi-Fi thingamabob do that just a USB port serial adapter doesn't do? All right. Do I have the ATEM switcher on here? That would be real sweet if I did. No. Why don't I? One moment. Here, but also here. That was almost correct. Okay, give me a second. But the Micronova doesn't have USB. Talking about a USB to serial adapter that then plugs into something like this. Because those like USB ESP32 things are like 50 bucks or something. I'm not leaving that plugged into there all the time because that's too much money. And then what am I, why wouldn't I just use a USB serial adapter? That's what I'm saying. Switcheroo? That doesn't sound right. Okay, hold on. Is it like an app image? I don't remember now. Let's talk about getting the Micronova on the internet. Okay, we're having a disconnect here. A USB serial adapter connected to this would allow this to be the internet bridge to that via serial. There is nothing internet about a USB to Wi-Fi adapter beyond it just being a bridge of some kind to that. Yes. That's what I'm saying, is that there is no reason to have dedicated hardware when I have all the serial stuff already. If you just wanted it to be always on there, I guess, but I don't. Okay, hold on. Switcher... Control. I do have to be somewhat snappy about this because Zap controls black magic. Oh my gosh, are you kidding me? What? That's not by the same people, is it? Dude, someone has made an Android app for controlling the ATEM, and they're asking $100 for it. Gosh. When do we in chat get to control the micronova? Never. Oh, it's just open switcher. Sudo apt install open switcher. Perfect. You don't get to see this next part. All right. Are APK files still a thing? Yeah, jeez. $100 is $20 and $1970, just saying. There's 3 seconds to the next video.
And a line.
Ben, thank you for the 100 bits. Oh, I really like the new thing for me to see that stuff. Yeah.
And a line.
Yeah. All right. Now, open switcher control, reconnect, open preferences, that one, connect. Boom. Check this out. Bam. Video capture. Bam. Back to this. Okay. So now I can control that from here. That's way better. And more importantly, I can control starting recording. Okay. Close that. Okay, got the script. Blah, 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 blah. Oh, who wants all these words? That's just ridiculous. All right. Wow, this really sucks about not having this over here. Hold on. Can I fit this like right here to cheat? Oh yeah, you can't see that. Perfect. How close can I get it? Right there. That's way too tiny for me to be able to read. Okay, hold on. Stream where the streamer doesn't face the camera. I'm gonna try to, but we'll see how this goes. This is gonna be a little rough. On that, I'm gonna hide this view. All right. Okay. Oh, wait, I need to start recording. I don't care if there's an update. K-Ubuntu. All right, and recording. Okay, I really wanted this all to be done before I started today, but I totally ran out of time. It's stupid tape stuff. Driving me nuts. All right, this can't be on yet. The CRT can be on, but all of this needs to be off for the, you know, surprise, it worked, yay, crazy, woo! Let me flip this to local, hit erase, back to line, and off. Okay. All right. All right. Actually, there's one more thing I need to do. Hold on. Actually, nope, wait, let me think about how to phrase this. The script I don't like. All right, we're at the real hardware, about to boot it, but there's actually one more thing I need to do with the floppy and the grease weasel. It's not possible to fully format a new disk on the Micronova. Data General wanted to sell you pre-formatted media and didn't include the ability to make it yourself. Thankfully, with the grease weasel, we can lay down the low sector data. Hold on, that was not intonated correctly. Thankfully, with the grease weasel, we can lay down the low-level sector data. Then we can initialize the blank. Hold on. We can also initialize a blank disk image from SimH to write and have something immediately usable on the real hardware. So anytime I need a new disk on this machine from now on, I'm going to be using a modern computer to initialize and format it, and then I can stick it in the Micronova. Okay, there we go. All right, now I can put this over here because I don't actually need to look at the camera for the next part. Okay. Remember, the more you rephrase, the more you have to edit. Yeah, there's gonna be there's a lot of editing. I don't. That's just how it works. Put the floppy in the Micronova. Split's going to them to do that. Yep. I feel like we're watching the green room feed. I'm not sure what you mean. Okay. I think we're good now. All right, let's fire up the computer so we can start this process. Okay, I've been getting this. This is weird. I kind of don't like this. So you can see there are like extra characters that wouldn't normally be there. I don't know what's going on with that. That's just kind of weirding me out. Okay, question. What view do you guys want? Because you won't be able to see the CRT most of the time here because it's tiny. So do you want this view? I suspect we should go with this view. All right. That's not the one. All right. Old content stuck in the buffer. I don't know. That's the problem. This view okay? All right. Overlay the CRT. That's not currently possible. Okay. Well, the numbers are correct. It's mostly that like weird tilde lightning thing. So, all right. All right. Could the CPU UR be running for? I don't know. Unprintable characters? That I don't know. Okay. This is a rough one to get through, man. Okay. Back in the computer. So I guess I don't need the keyboard right now. All right. All right, now here at the computer. Okay, no, wait. This is the last Micronova video. Just to like explain this, I'm trying to incorporate everything else that we've done into this video to kind of explain it all, because in no actual videos have I explained how this computer is used. So that's why this is a little rough, because I'm trying to explain it all, but also this has been going on for so long and there's been so many interruptions in the project that even I'm having a difficult time keeping it straight. So that's why this is like extra bad. So my apologies, but I really tried to get this done, just ran out of time. Okay. 2-hour TT video? Yeah, hopefully not. All right. All right, so here we are at the computer with the starter disk that we made and our blank disk. So I can put the starter disk in the left drive here, and now we're ready to begin booting the computer with that. I'm gonna put the blank disk in the right drive, and now we're ready to try and get an operating system configured and running on the Micronova. All right, from here I think I get a look away for the most part, so this will be a lot easier. Okay. Separate Nova computer. Yeah, the other one is... Hold on. Let me just do this way. That one is a Nova 4X. That is completely unrelated to everything in this. All right, back to here. Alrighty. Okay. Now to make the computer actually boot from that disk, I'm going to enter in, okay, hold on. Now to make the computer actually boot from that disk, I'm going to have to enter in the device select code for the program source, which for the 6039 floppy drive is 33. Then we press then we send it capital L, which acts as a command to load. The file name printed there indicates that it has successfully loaded the bootloader off of the floppy disk and is asking us what we want to boot. To set up a system, we can follow the how to generate your DOS system guide. Because I couldn't fit DOS in it, Because I couldn't fit DOS in it, and we can do everything with it using SimH and the Grease Weasel, we're gonna skip that section. So, poof, here's, the blank disk. We're just gonna ignore that part, because I kind of already covered that. Okay. Now, as it's asking for the file name here, we're going to tell it boot. This is the bootloader writing program that we couldn't do in SimH. We have to write the bootloader to the second floppy. No, hold on. We have to write the bootloader to the new floppy disk that we're making so it will be bootable in the future. All right. To do that, we provide the device select code for a program's, no, that's the wrong section. Hold on. This part's really confusing because it's like exactly the same thing. Bigger box, bigger nightmares. Dude, you guys have no idea, okay? You know all the cracked solder joints we found in just this, okay? Every single board in that is the size of the drive controller board in the floppy drive on here. So imagine how many cracked solder joints are waiting in that thing. It's gonna be terrifying.
I remember the video of you first getting the Nova computers. One of, if not the first of your videos I saw, it was right before /enter you changed to tech tangents.
End of line.
I think it was right after I changed to tech tangents, like months, like 3 months maybe, at most. And thank you for the 100 bits, Hiram. Okay, back to this. Alrighty. Let's see, could have been made to a higher standard. I don't know. Beginning to wonder how much of this audio is going to be replaced by voiceover. We'll find out. No, there's just going to be a lot of editing. That's all there is. I'll say this too, okay? With the way the ATEM and the cameras all work when I'm recording, it's actually a lot easier to just let it record and over-record footage and cut stuff out than to try and realign the multiple audio sources and video tracks all at once. Because think of this, I'm recording this video source, I'm recording that screen, and I'm recording that camera all at the same time. I have to align those, and every single time I stop recording, that means that I then have to realign all of those sources. So me taking like 30 seconds here to explain something just to stream, even though I'm recording, is worth the trade-off in the long run when I go to edit this stuff. Trust me, it's way worth it. So yes, there's going to be a lot of editing, but this is actually saving time in the edit. So you got the first Novas long before you switch names. Nope. No, the name change actually happened really early on in the channel. I think I've now been Tech Tangents for twice as long as I was Akabakugu. Okay. Alrighty. Okay. Now we have to use the device specifiers. The drive we are... Okay. Okay. Partition in use. Type C to continue. Alright. Bootstrap device specifier. Okay. Now we... hold on, no. Blah, 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 blah. Okay. Now we need to use the device specifiers. The drive we are booted from is DP0. The one we are writing to is DP1. So we'll give it DP1. Say yes that we want to install the bootloader. And it writes the bootloader to the disk. From here, the software is kind of dumb. To quit, we have to tell it a drive again, but then answer no for it to drop to the bootloader file name prompt. Now we can properly begin the install. We're going to run mboot sys. What? All right. Yeah, Digital Ice Age, you're actually correct. That was just, it's a weird coincidence. Technically, Digital Ice Age, I bought the Novas in late 2019, just a lot of scheduling. All right, well, let's go figure this out. Did I just miss the command where I copied? Hold on. Did I just miss the command for copying mboot sys? I feel like I must have, because I don't get how it wouldn't be on here. Drat. If we're quick, I can leave this all as is. No, I have to. Can we get back to the console from here? I'm not sure. Oh well, I'm gonna shut it all down. It's crazy to be doing this within a cabinet now. It actually feels like a mini computer now. It's nuts. And boop, there we go. All right. On to this. Okay, do discs start at 0 or 1? They start at 0. All right, let's reboot SimH again. Okay. Init dp2 dir dp2 list. Yeah, I'm gonna guess wait, mboot sys.sv. What? Black screen? Boop, there you go. It's on the disk. Well, at least it should be, in theory. This isn't actually reading the floppy. Okay. That's weird. Let's go back over here. Let me reboot the thing, I guess, and we'll see if we can boot mboot sys directly. Sometimes it can get a little weird, and it will, like, switch to the other drive? I don't know. I don't know what happened there. Okay. One of these machines ever work? It's kind of a pain in the butt. Eject is not cat safe? No, it is definitely not cat safe. Okay. I'm going to see if I can just punch in mboot sys here. Again, I guess I can show you guys too. Also, find out if the video capture is hosed. It's not. Okay, cool. Record just in case this actually works. What do you mean, boop? Oh, because it's not alpha locked. Did I mistype it the first time? We're going to run mboot sys, which will take us to an RDOS prompt on the real computer. But this gets more interesting than it may seem at first. let's just continue on. I will snip and voice over that. Looking forward to Micronova turning back into set decoration? Kind of. You know what? I think I can do this for you all. Boom! Hey! There we go. Okay, so now I can just turn around and yak at you. Okay. Okay. Somewhere I have at least one fully beige look. Okay. Dude, the text is so small, and I didn't break it up into enough paragraphs. It's really hard to figure out where exactly I need to be in the script. Okay. The next step in the setup process is to run a program called sysgen. Yes, we're about to run sysgen, by the way. This will ask us a series of questions about our hardware. What this does is build a file exactly like mbootsys that contains all of the software, interface configs, and parameters for different hardware options. mbootsys is configured as a minimum viable system. It can probably run on only the RAM included in the CPU card, though I haven't tested that. As a result, mbootsys is very slow because of how it handles hardware access. What we are going to do next is build a system that can take full advantage of how this Micronova is configured. Back to running sysgen. The parameters we give it are the files that we're outputting to the second Oh, yeah, I kind of screwed that up, didn't I? Oh, whoops. Technically 64 kilobytes, but it measures it as 32 kilowords for the RAM, and I may have just wrecked that disk, so I'm gonna go rewrite it now. Think I can do Control A? Let's figure out how much space there is on this, because I think it's hosed now.
71 R8ers from T2 SDE have joined.
End of line.
One moment there. Hello, T2 SDE and Raiders, and welcome. We are in the wrap-up phase of the Data General Micronova project now. It's here, it's fully reassembled, installed back into its rack, and we are about to attempt to configure and install an operating system on it. I'm trying to record walking through that process to just document how it works for a bigger video. Turns out I just maybe screwed something up. Let's see if I have enough space left on here to actually run this command. 45? I don't remember, is that good enough? List, let's see what files are on here. But yes, we are going to install an operating system on here in just a moment and see how that goes. And T2SD, I hope your stream went well as well. All right, did it just write any big old files? Because I don't remember. Doesn't look like it, okay. I almost remember how to run sysgen, but I don't. So I need the manual for that. One moment. How, oh my gosh, Novas are forever. Okay, hold on, I'm looking up the manual for this because I need it. Archives, documentation, software.
100 you need the manual or Ben's memory. Both seem to work the same way.
End of line.
Or Ben's memory, yeah. I don't think Ben commented the correct command. Nope. Chloe, thank you for the 100 bits, though. All right. Control F, how to load and generate RDOS. Is that right? How to load and generate your Nova line RDOS, RDOS, RDOS. How to generate your DOS system. That's the one I want. Okay. Dismiss. I don't care about your weird PDF features, Firefox. I just want to read it. Okay. Sorry, I wasn't paying attention. I screwed up the sysgen command and I forgot to put all the parameters. So now I might have to rewrite the disk, which if I do, we may not finish this today. Handwritten notes? Yeah, no kidding. Jeez. Should I just save this? There we go. Just load it directly from that. That'll be more performant. Probably can't rely on the manual either. Yeah, no kidding. Comment got modded? I don't know what comment it is. I can't see stuff like that from my end, actually. Okay, generating hard disk system. Okay, this is the one. All right. Let's see if this will work. Oh, one moment. For you all. Boop. There you go. So for those of you who may not be familiar with this process, let me explain this really quick-like. Sysgen is going to build a single binary that contains basically all of the libraries for all of the drivers and hardware and everything for the Micronova, and put it into a single file on the second disk in the system, and that will be the operating system core that we load in the future, and that's going to make the machine run a lot better than it does off of the basic boot up starter disk that we're currently using. So that's why we have to do this. Okay. Sysgen space dp1 colon sys, and then it gets weird dot sv slash s space sg slash v space lm slash l. Here we go. This part's not fast. Matter of fact, this is going to take 12 minutes-ish if this actually works. It's super duper slow. Directory not initialized. What? What? Dir dp1. I should have initted dp. Wait, what? Why is that working? Okay, so I needed to. It's so complicated. Dude, this sucks. Ugh. Name pipe break. Yeah, no. That's not how this works. Dir. DP0. What's the extra bit after the sys part for? It's Data General's really complicated file. Like, it's regex for Data General. Basically, that is an expansion that says sys.sv, sys.sg, sys.lm. It totally, definitely saves, like, 4 whole characters while making it exponentially more complicated. I'm just cutting to this running and looking pretty. Watch, this won't run now. Bear noise? I didn't even pay attention. Smash bites to bits. Yeah. Alrighty, here we go. This might actually work this time.
Who says CHEER 100 pay attention? Is that in cash, credit, bits, or channel points?
End of line.
It's like exposure. That's what you get paid in.
100. You know what usage he would ask if he was here? Does it play Doom?
End of line.
Chloe, thank you for the 100 bits, and Hiram, thank you for the 100 bits. And just to point out, the Bendix G15 does not play Doom. Okay. Nice floppy sounds. Are they really getting picked up that much by my lapel? Wow. Okay. Now script, things, words, okay. Back to running sysgen, the parameters we give it here are the files we're outputting to the second disk that will be configured. I'm not going to go through all of the options, but I'll cover the highlights. First, it wants to know how much memory we have. This is where the word notation that Data General uses comes into play. I have 32 kilowords in this machine. Then we get to, I'm just going to read through all of these really quick because then we can just go. So just give me a second. Then we get to one discrepancy with the manual and the software. It wants to know if this is a micronova, which it is, but then it wants to know what kind because later there were different revisions. This manual is from before that, so we will just call it other here and then use the console debug. We then tell it we have a 6038 with 2 drives, which is what the 6039 technically is. I could read that better. We then tell it we have a 6038 with 2 drives, which is what the 6039 technically is. We can't enable the hard drive yet, or it will hang on boot until I have it ready. The next few questions about stacks, buffers, subdirectory, oh, I missed an and. Does Micronova have audio? No. Okay, hold on. I miss. Where was I? The next few questions about stacks, buffers, and subdirectories influence how the computer uses the RAM to speed up normal actions. We're going to set them to the recommended values for a 32 kiloword system. The rest of the questions I can mostly say no to or accept the defaults. After answering all of the questions, the computer then takes about 12 minutes to actually build the system file. I suspect a good part of this is just from the mboot sys system being so low spec. But after that finishes, there are a few more files that we need to copy to have the command line on the new disk. After that, it's possible to reboot directly to the new disk without removing it, but I want the full experience. So I'm going to release both disks, and then I can put the new disk in the left drive, run 33L to boot it again. Now I can just hit enter because it will boot the sys file automatically, and after the date, we are into our brand new configured system. If I list the startup disk in the other drive, you can see just how much faster the machine is now. All right, there we go. Now we're free for the rest of the video, basically. Okay, I just have to record so we can actually capture, how it works. Okay, so 32 kilowords. And it doesn't have a parallel port either. Parallel port sound devices are weird. It could technically have a parallel port, but I don't have a card for that. Okay. Is this system a Micronova? Yes. What kind? Other. Handheld console or console debug? Yes. No handheld console functions. Okay, number of 3068 disk enclosures, 1. Number of drives per enclosure, 2. Somebody was playing Eliza. What do you mean F? Is the stream still going? I can't tell from here. I asked that. I mean, if I get any answer back, then the answer is yes. Soft error reporting, I can't remember. Do we want that? I think we did enable that. Or did we not? I don't remember. There was one option that we didn't enable, and I don't remember what it was. We do want that? All right, that'll work. I'll just take what Ben says is verbatim on here. Number of 95s, 0 for now. 0 on that, 0. Number of stacks. You know, I should probably just actually bring up my information on this, because, yeah. Wait, where did I do this? SimH, it's the console debug area. One moment. Console debug interface, sysgen, syslog, no. Sysgen config, okay. 3, 6, 10, and that's it. Oh, internal RTC. 3, 6, 10. Forget where the notes put. Well, this is even worse because the notes for this are the log file that it generates exported using my serial interface program. So the log notes for this are next to my serial interface program. Totally a great place to keep those. Okay, mag tape, no. Auto restart on power failure, absolutely not. RTC, yes. Internal. Paper tape, no. Punch, no. Number of LPT, 0. Card reader, no. Plotter, no. QTY, no. ULM, no. ALM, no. Column size, 80 is correct. Second TTY, no. Core dump, no. And now, 12 minutes. Okay, we have 6. Well, that sucks. All right. One moment. Why is this not working? Okay. So that thing, it's literally going to take like 12 minutes to do this. It takes forever. So, I can't quite lean up against that. But hey, how's it going? Yep. Computers. They're slow when they're 50 years old. Very out of practice using the writing pencil. I don't have the oh my gosh, stylus here for this right now. It's at home. I have been not putting it in there when I take this out portably because it ends up rubbing on the side of the case. Computer's not even once. Yeah. Built SimH with Visual Studio. That sounds like a nightmare. 12 minutes makes good for a good YouTube video. Yeah. Unfortunately, I think this video is going to end up being really long because of how much stuff I'm trying to cram in there. Kind of lucky my viewers could barely see anything because of the camera angles. Let's see. Enjoys the vintage computing. Bill is working on Mandelbrot's set for the G15 after some serious optimizations. Got it down to running in just 3 hours. Oh my gosh. Also, hey, Usagi. You slow if you're over 50 years old too? Yeah. How old computer faster or slower? Or old computer faster or slower? And say old computers are slower. No, wiring pencil. Oh, point-to-port circuitry. Okay, for enamel wire. Okay. Says the last video in the DG. How many videos away is it? This will be the next one. This is it. I'm not ahead. There's nothing else to cover between now and then. So I've been lurking for the past hour or so, listening to struggles when recording, feeling at my soul. Yeah. Oh my gosh, dude, it is such a pain in the butt to do a sysgen on this thing. I forgot. Forgetting was the whole problem. I was trying to do all the commands from memory and I just didn't remember. So trying to make it work on camera for like the recording is just bleh. So compute faster, you put more effort into turning the handle. Yeah. So next set of videos will be on the 4X. Absolutely not. There is going to be a data general break for a while. There might also just be a break for a while. Let me see, if that release is there, the next video release would be there. I might skip the video release window after the next one. Yeah. After the serial card fixing HDD heads, well, I mean, yeah, we're gonna definitely do a couple more streams on the data general stuff even after this is done. Because there are some things that I need to solve. So we'll still be doing that. So. Tech Tangents Hawaii edition. No, the farthest I'll go on the vacation is the couch. So I have the Electronica MK90? Yes. Did I do some serious programming of it? No. That has been difficult. I might be getting closer to being able to do that, having done this stuff now, since apparently it's basically a PDP-11. Maybe it would feel more comfortable to me now. Hiatus tangents, yeah, that's more like what it will be. Gotta run? All right, see you, Philip. Whoa. I knew that was coming. And lost my chat because this closed and went into sleep mode, and that might not work now. Actually, now it'll be easier to lean up against it. It won't be sliding. All right, come on, wake up, tablet. I might have to full-on power this off. Oh, this position doesn't work. It's almost like I shouldn't be doing this. There we go. Was that leaning up against the wall now? Oh, now I'm rock solid. Okay. Perfect. Give me a second. I can't read chat yet. I like how this is such a wide camera angle that it's making my shoes look enormous there. There's a, I think this is a Wayland problem. The screen is just off. After it went into standby. There we go. Now it's turning back on. Oh, look, it's scary. Oh no, I unlocked the bootloader. Ah! Okay. I'll see chat in just a moment. Oh wait, it did the busy box thing because, you know, why would I want the computer to boot? This is not fast.
DHEER 100 changing stream name from Tectincus to Texia Kappa.
End of line.
Sleepy, thank you for the 100 bits. Okay, it's almost rebooted. I'm gonna go into settings and change the standby stuff as well.
Engineering is gifting 5 tier 1 subs to Tectancus' community. They've gifted a total of 63 in the channel.
End of line.
1 second there. I just want to make sure I get this completely right. Shade Tree Engineering, thank you for the 5 gifted subs. I really appreciate that. I feel like such a slob saying that while I'm literally kicked back with my feet up. Oh, man. Be cool to see an actual Soviet mini computer. Well, mini computer, that's definitely not happening. Microcomputer, someday. I wouldn't mind getting one. Okay, hold on. I'm just catching up on chat while the computer was rebooting here. It's good to see Microsoft Surface device in a while. Love my Surface 4 runs Debian like a champ. So I'm using, I think this is a 5. It is one of the best touchscreen devices with a 68x86 processor thing I've used in it. So, laid out on your recliner, yeah. All right. But yeah, this thing, it's pretty good. I'm using it a lot as just like a random thing. Play Tetris on the Micronova? I don't think that's gonna happen. All right, let me try and disable all of the standby stuff on this. Is a desktop a nano computer? Microcomputer. So in a rack, mini computer basically. Realistically, the Micronova is a microcomputer because of the consolidated architecture of the CPU. I believe that makes it qualify. But it just gets lumped into mini computer because it shares a lot of the architecture of that. Okay, when laptop lid is closed, do nothing. When power button is pressed, show logout screen. After a period of activity on low battery, yeah, sure, shut down actually. Okay, do nothing when the lid is closed. In all instances, there we go, that's better. And apply, okay. So microcomputer CPU is integrated on a single VLSI. Something like that. Let's say the big thing keeps me from just going Linux fully right now. In fact, Hibernate is nearly impossible. I don't use Hibernate, so that doesn't, I don't know. No heat display issues. I think this is a Surface 5. Here, let me just tell you what CPU's in it. I think that directly tells you like what it is, right? Cat, proc, CPU info. It's an i5 7300. So whatever doohickey majigger's got that. Stream Deck with SoCs, nano computer. I didn't make the rules, okay? Don't get up all in my face about it. I did not see my Cause and Soft Shirt video was mentioned. That's cool. I might try and find that later. It's always weird seeing my stuff pop up like that, like when, from my point of view. But it's always really annoying when it's something super obscure like that, when I then go to look it up more later and all I can find is references to my stuff. It's like, I know that guy. He doesn't know anything. He forgot it all. Surface Force, same as yours. Okay, they have a history of display issues related to heat that gets worse over time. Cool. Okay, even more reason to run it in battery saver mode. I used to run it in performance mode, but then I noticed, at least on the charger I have here, because I will connect this to the plasma that I have to my left and play stuff on it while I'm working, that it would drain power from the battery quicker than it could recharge it. So that's cool. But this is the computer with the best battery life out of all of the Linux computers I run. It claims it's got an hour and 43 minutes remaining right now. Definitely beats the pants off my big fancy gaming laptop. So. To me, 2-hour runtime is excellent. Had the glue holding their screen on their surface give away, keeping it together with binder clips. That's horrifying. Might have been a firmware dissipation fix to avoid the heat issue. That would be nice. Full surface works. Screen is turning yellow from the sides. The battery's spicy pillow. Jeez. Eek. Wasn't like in Discord? Cool. Thank you. I'll take a look at it later. I would like to have 8-hour. Yeah. How do the mag tape drives interface with Micronova? They have a specific controller card. Do it over serial. Pretty sure the mag tape drives plug into the back plane like the hard drive and floppy drives do. So they would need a custom. Well, basically the mag tape drive would be the interface. I'm going to go out on a limb and guess we're never going to see a mag tape drive for the Micronova, ever, for the rest of our lifetimes. Because I don't think there were many Micronovas sold in a case, in a rack, that would actually fit it. And since it would be unique, there wouldn't be that many. Because the ones for the big one, those use a dedicated mag tape controller card, so they weren't RS-232. If they were like reusing the same mechanical interface. Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen a complete original Micronova in a rack other than the short ones. The controller will be built into the mag tape drives. Thinking of the interface could be somewhat simple, like RS-232. You use generic mag tapes or something. Yeah, I don't think so, unfortunately. At least not for the existing mag tape images. It's also really bad because the way the data general stuff works, it has its like specific device codes in the operating system, and those only go to like specific memory ranges. So we can't just like have mag tape access over RS-232. It needs to have its like special handshake nonsense if it's going to mag tape correctly. Would there be adaptive controllers who use regular Nova drives on a micro? Absolutely not, no. No. All of the Micronova stuff is completely unique. Are these the huge 9-track? Yeah, we're talking like 10U. Oh, it's done. 10U monsters. Yeah, the reel-to-reel drives. They're not quite like the vacuum drives, but they're close. All right, now all we have to do is release both disks, put the other disk in the left drive, and then boot it. So, you guys, I'm literally running the command release dp1. I didn't copy the CLI files. Hold on, now I'm gonna init dp1. Because I have to do that. So, okay, that's fine, that works. 1 second here. Hold on, I just need the copy the CLI files. Here we go. Move /v dp1 space CLI.
100 command structure. Enter command. Wait. Answer questions. Wait. Wait. Kick self. Wait.
End of line.
CLI OL CLI.sv CLI.er boot.sv DOS init.sv. We don't have DOS init on here. And that'll work. Boom. Okay, now it's just copying the rest of the files over. Sounds like it's time to start working on another Nova 4 to have more flexible system. It would be a lot more flexible for sure. Vacuum drives, best drives. A small reel-to-reel tape drive for a few months back in the 90s. Ooh. No quick tape drives? Nope. And thank you for the 100 bits, Chloe. Tomorrow shall we patch a sysgen to print now, copy the CLI files, you Wally. Why wouldn't I just patch it to actually copy them as part of the install? See, I would show you what it's doing, but this is it. All I did was just type in that one line. And now we just hear clunk, 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 clunk. It's not a whole lot to it. Because we know you love jank. No, I don't. It just is cheaper to jank. Tell you what I do love, kickstands that go the full length of the device. That is awesome. I'm not looking forward to the fact that the Switch 2 is like a loop instead of being flat. They had perfected it with the Switch OLED, so that's going to be a downgrade. The language of my people, the clunk, 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 clunk. Or the cheap, because, I mean, both. How much power it eats, what wattage? I can tell you right now, it is currently using 347 watts. That's not including the terminal. With the terminal plugged in, it uses just a little over 450, I want to say. So you said to be there a few more DG streams before you call it. Is CRT Edit going to be one of them? CRT Edit might actually be tomorrow because that's in the script. But we'll see. If you guys don't want to see that, I'll do it before stream. Try and get it set up, which is basically going to be exactly what we did today earlier. Just trying to get software written. Yeah, because what we're doing is we're getting the operating system working, and then I reboot, and then it's like, now what? Because it's like a boring old mini computer. So I say, I'll at least try and get this one program running, and then that'll make it easier to write other software, but yeah, there's nothing like fun to run on this. Okay. So now, boom, here we go. Release DP1. Release DP0. Pop out the starter disk. Switch over to our sysgen disk. Reboot. Just hit enter. Then what happened is I'd accidentally like backspaced an extra E or something, and it gets weird about backspaces with the execution. It'll clear it from the terminal, but then it won't actually clear it from the command prompt. And there we are. Now, because it's in the script, I'm going to put the second disk in the right drive. Init DP1. dir DP1. And list. There we go. All right, that's everything for today. Okay. Now, is it just me, or is it like incredible that it's running like this? Like, this is just, it's still mind-blowing to me. I am head over heels about this. It's so cool. Oh, I love it so much. It's ridiculous. Oh, man, it makes me really, really happy. It's just you? Yeah, okay. Oh, man, like, right there, it's working. It's ridiculous. Does look amazing, that pedestal rack, doesn't it? Oh, my gosh. It's an honest, proper mini computer now. It's ridiculous.
LUCKYBOB 77 SICHER 100. Maybe someone has ported a copy of Rock to the Data General.
It's Rock. Unfortunately, no. There is nothing for Data General. I don't think you guys understand how much of a drought this is. There is nothing exciting to run on this. Nearly 160 viewers. This is just not just you. All right. Well, it is time to run the outro here, which also received a bit of a facelift, like the intro, and I think you guys will like this. So, here we go. All right. So, time to write new software for it? Yeah, maybe. We'll see. Yeah. So, yeah, tomorrow we will... Oh, I should stop recording. Don't need to waste time for that. Fun fact, the social stuff down there, it's now an HTML file, so I can just edit it as text. Way easier. So is that, actually. That's HTML as well. Oh, yeah, look, a supporter sponsor list thing up there, too. So, yeah, that's, I would get rid of the printer in favor of that, but we kind of need the printer as like the run out for the stream. I still think that's a good idea. So, yeah. Thanks for the kind of behind the scenes streams. I hope you enjoyed it.
End of line.
Yeah, oh, you just wanted to see it pop up there. Yes, it did pop up live while you were doing it. Yep. Yes, it is all marquee. It was just more fun to do it that way. So, yeah. Listen, the top corner doesn't include names. Ah. It only doesn't for cheers. It does for subs. I didn't think about that. Okay. Well, I guess I'll bring back the names. I had removed that. Have you updated the printout? I guess we just have to find out. Well, all right. That is it for today. I will see you all tomorrow. Tomorrow I'm conflicted because I want to finish this up, which is putting CRT edit on it. But let me just check a thing really quick because I think there might be something that you all would rather do instead that might be cooler. We may not be able to do it though. Hold on one moment. I'm gonna run out of time in the outro. If the outro just ends, don't worry about it. I'll be fine. Hold on. Oh, wait. I have confirmation of it. Yeah. Okay. You guys want CRT edit? Or do you want keyboard? We'll make that decision tomorrow. All right. If you all enjoyed this stream, you may want to follow to be notified when I go live again next. If you want to help support the channel, you can find me on Patreon. I forgot, the original thing was if you enjoyed it, and you want to support the channel, you can find me on Patreon or get a shirt like this one. But that is going to be it for now. So I will see you all next time. Why was it yes versus CRT edit? That's a new printout that predates even a video.